shake hands.
Kirby, how's practice been so far this week?
Good. They've responded well. We didn't do a lot yesterday. We tried to get the legs back, getting back from Knoxville, and went over some special teams things and worked on some situational football stuff, and then got after it really good today. We did have to go inside, but we had a good practice, physical. I thought both teams tried to get better, and we need to have a better day tomorrow. I mean, it wasn't our best Tuesday, but it was a good work day. They had good energy.
You talk about getting legs back, a couple of banged up guys, Ladd and Rah. What have they been able to do this week?
Not much. Ladd's still recovering. Tried to get him back. Hadn't been able to do much. We'll find out more tomorrow and the next day. Rah hasn't either. We've been keeping the weight and the pressure off of it. But hoping we can get him back as well. We'll see.
Yeah, Coach, I'm sure you've answered this question before, but I'm curious if it's updated. What specific advantages do you think you garnered from coaching at your alma mater like you and Coach Key obviously do?
I think an understanding of the academic world, navigating the campus, knowing what's going on campus, the alumni base, which is a part of fundraising, the Letterman base in terms of the guys you played with, plus the guys that played before you and the guys that played after you and in between. There's a connection there. It's not that you can't have it if you didn't play there, but it certainly puts you a little bit ahead.
Yeah, I just want to ask you about Jordan Hall and how he's developed over the course of the season, trying to become a contributor for you guys in the defensive line.
Yeah, he works really hard. He's one of those guys that goes down to the scout defensive line. He takes reps down there every day against our offensive line. That's just a grind. I mean, I've seen kids now for 8 years go down there and develop callous, get roughed up, play hard, and with Warren's injury, he's been getting more snaps, and I can see the benefit of going against our offensive line like he has. And we're a little thin on the defensive line, thinner than we've ever been, and he's been a big part of getting better and growing up on that side of the ball.
Just wondering, Coach, Bloody Tuesday, is that typically something you don't want to have to do inside, or do you do it inside just as often as you do outside on Tuesdays? And then the second part of that is just, I think Tech has natural turf this year. Is that right? Haven't they changed to?
We had turf when we played there last time.
Does that matter much to you about practicing on grass versus whatever you're playing on that week?
It's only a big deal if you make it a big deal. I mean, we would be outside today, even though we play on turf there, if we could be. We went inside because we wanted to have a good practice, and we did get to practice on turf. Our turf is not exactly like their turf, but it's turf, so it's probably a little more tiring on your legs to go on the turf. We try to stay off of it more often than not, but at the expense of not having a good crisp practice, we go in. And as far as Bloody Tuesday, it doesn't matter. I mean, our kids practice hard. Sometimes we have bigger collisions in there. We have better speeds, and temperatures and things like that are under control in there.
How much have Tate and Warren been able to do so far this week?
Warren took some reps today. I thought he did a good job pushing through. Tate's much better, moving, running, but didn't take reps.
Coach, you mentioned after the Tennessee game the familiarity of the staffs. When you look at the Georgia Tech offense, I know they have different personnel, but do you recognize a lot of concepts? Is this going to be kind of a game where everybody knows what the other guys have in their toolbox, so to speak?
Well, I think we know that every game. I mean, there's nobody going out there running new plays. They're running new formations, new ways to window dress it, and they do a good job of that. They change it up each week. The way they go about it, they look and see what's giving us problems, and they'll run some of those. But there's similarities for sure. A lot of things that Buster did here or did here, he does there. So there's overlap, but they'll have a different way to present it. It'll be who can respond to that and acknowledge it and adjust to it and what they do off of it.
What do you feel like the way Kendall has played in this last probably month says about him, especially the fact that he has worked through so many different injuries and then now playing like he is.
Yeah, he's high character. Pain tolerance is high. He works really hard. He runs tough. I mean, he seeks out contact, and he's a good leader. And he's done a great job. The last game, the thing he did so great that people don't talk about is the pass pickups. I think he had 4 really big pickups in pressure that allowed Carson to stand in the pocket. That's not the back's favorite thing to do, and he did it like a stud.
Yeah, with Dylan, obviously he's a guy that can help you at running back and play the position, but why is his future brighter? He may be seen as a better wide receiver prospect for you guys.
Why is his future?
Yeah.
Are you saying that, or are you?
Just why does he want to play that position and see himself at that spot?
Well, I think the longevity of that position projects a little better. I think the NFL is constantly looking for guys like Dylan. They seek that because it's a value add for them that a guy can go play back and they don't have to spend money on him. And he's durable. He has good bulk. That's the reason we signed him. He's over 200 pounds, so he has a multi-purpose ability. And why does he want to play receiver? I think he likes receiver. That's why he wants to play it. But he's good at both.
Kirby, along with game preparation, how much time does the staff spend now on roster management, knowing the portal's going to open and decisions are going to happen for some of these players? Do you have a good handle on that for your program?
Yeah, I don't know. Anybody's got a good handle on it because you don't know what the truth is. You don't know where the truth lies. We communicate. We try to keep open lines of communication. We meet with our players periodically, and we tell them, an open door policy to come talk about things. And we'd rather be in the know than in the dark. And sometimes we're in the dark, sometimes we're in the know. But all you can do is be as transparent as you can and try to find out. You're asking, do we have a grasp of it or a handle on it? I don't think anybody has a handle on it. I think you prepare the best you can, and you try to have plan A, B, C, D, E, and you put them in motion when the time comes.
Kirby, do you think Georgia will always play Georgia Tech, or with some changes in college football and scheduling, is there any possibility that it would not be an annual game at some point?
I don't have any clue, Seth. I mean, that's so probably above my scope. I mean, I'm just walking off the field from a Tuesday practice to prepare for Tech. I can't even fathom a world where we wouldn't play them. I guess it could happen, but that's just probably out of my scope. Do I want it to happen? Absolutely not. It's a great rivalry game. It's great for our state. It's great for both universities. I mean, it's a long-standing tradition. So no, I don't want it to happen, but I don't know what the foreseeable future has.
We're going to talk to Chaz here in a couple minutes. What have you made of the play at the outside linebacker room as he and Marvin are really splitting reps there, and it seems like Jalen's getting some reps on the edge as well?
Yeah, I've been pleased with those guys. They're really hard workers. It's been tough because early in the season we didn't get a lot of opportunities for those guys. They've done a good job being really physical at the point of attack. We asked them to do a lot of different things. The game against Tennessee, we were in 3 down front a lot, and they were dropping in space. Then they're rushing some, and you got to be a jack of all trades to do that. We stacked them back, made them play inside back or something. So they've done a lot of different things. I've been really pleased with those guys.
Yeah, Coach, I believe you're 3-1 as a player in this series. I'm just curious what you remember about those matchups. I believe they're all really tight football games.
Yeah, I mean, I was here 5 years, so I don't know. I was 4-1, not 3-1. But I mean, I was redshirted, so I guess you don't count that one. But still part of the team. And I don't remember much, honestly. I just know that they were tight. They were really close. Last possession of the game, tight games. At least the last 2 I was in came down to the last possession, and it seems like this rivalry was that way for a lot of the years I was around. That's all I really remember about it.
Yeah, Coach, just checking on Boston rookie snap counts. Is it just not using a whole lot of double tight end, or is it Brock being back, or where's he at, and how's he come along this season?
Yeah, I mean, Oscar and Brock are ahead of him, and those guys playing pretty good, if you ask me. I mean, we don't have a 13 personnel with him. You got pretty good wideouts. I mean, you want Dylan on the sideline, or you want Ladd or Marcus, or you want to take out. But it's about finding our best personnel. I'm very pleased with what Lawson's done. When you only have, when Brock's out, for us to go 12, Lawson's got to go play, and he's getting better. But when they're both available, Lawson's got to beat one of them out, or he's got to be better than the third wideout. And we're trying to use the strengths of our team, and he's only a freshman, so I don't know how many of those freshman wideouts out there are playing. So the fact he's been out there playing tells you he's a pretty good football player.
What did you learn about Amarius Mims as he sort of fought and came back from that ankle injury he suffered earlier in the season to get back to where he is helping you guys now?
That he knows how to work. He knows how to rehab. I mean, he was here early, stayed late for all his rehab sessions. He's committed to that part. I think he cares about his body. He's one of the lowest body fat guys we have on our team for that size. It's crazy what his body fat is. So you can tell he takes care of his body, and he knows that's important. And that was the same way with the rehab process. I mean, he was committed to it.
Any other questions?
Hey, Coach, I guess you obviously spoken a lot of him, a lot of respect for Brent Key. How well did you know him before he became the head coach at Georgia Tech?
I mean, the circles, the coaching circles, we would see each other, I think, maybe at conventions, always on the road recruiting. I was not at Bama with him, I don't think. I think he was at Bama right after me, but we always were connected through that. We had mutual friends. A lot of the guys that came to us from UCF had been on O'Leary's staff. And so he had been with O'Leary at UCF, and a lot of common friendships. So I've known him, and he played around the same time I did too. So I've known him for a long time.
Thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving.